Something is going on in Dubai. Behind all the flashy lights and skyscraping skyline, cracks are beginning to appear that no one dares to mention. Rumors of collapse are getting louder, and the reality might be even more frightening than anyone could have dreamed. Is the desert's gemstone teetering on the brink of its blackest page? The question is, how long before the fantasy becomes a nightmare? If this kind of story touches your heart, if you're someone who cares about truth, responsibility, and speaking up for the voiceless, please like this video, subscribe to our channel Spark Science, and share it with someone who should hear it. Let's get started. From desert village to dazzling metropolis. Not so many years ago, Dubai was little more than a faint echo of the dazzling vision that we know today. It was a humble fishing port with less than 60,000 people, where daily life centered on pearl diving, local trading across the Gulf, and the age-old battle to exist in the harshest desert conditions. Its plain mud brick houses, winding alleyways, and thronged souks spoke of tradition and necessity. Time moved slowly, and no one could have imagined that this humble settlement would one day be compared to New York, London, or Hong Kong. The turning point came in the 1960s with the discovery of oil. For many regions, oil became both lifeline and curse, but Dubai's leadership chose a different path. Sheikh Rashid bin Saeed Al Maktoum recognized oil as a finite blessing, not a permanent guarantee. His ambition was to leverage its riches as a manifestation, investing in revenue through infrastructure rather than in perpetuating reliance. Ports, airports, and roads took precedent, pipelines along which commerce, trade, and later tourism would pour. His vision sowed the seeds of change. Over decades, Dubai transformed in the eyes of the world. Pearl divers and wooden dhows were replaced by steel, glass, and concrete. Fishermen's ports turned into vast ports capable of handling cargo from all continents. Dubai International Airport grew into one of the world's busiest hubs, making the city a regional stop not just but an actual global crossroads. And yet, functionality was not sufficient. Dubai desired to dazzle. Skyscrapers started piercing the desert horizon, each one more opulent than the previous one. The sail-shaped Burj Al Arab became a worldwide symbol of luxury. Coastlines were transformed into engineering wonders, such as the Palm Jumeirah and the World Islands, attracting investors and tourists alike. These developments weren't mere real estate, they were declarations. Dubai was proclaiming to the world, no longer a secluded outpost, but the capital of aspiration itself. Strategically positioned between East and West, Dubai positioned itself as the cultural, intellectual, and commercial melting pot. Its tax-free status and investment openness attracted corporations and entrepreneurs. Luxury hotels and shopping malls mushroomed to cater to global elites, while cultural festivals, sporting events, and global expos branded the city as cosmopolitan. In one generation, Dubai rewrote its fate, from obscurity to international powerhouse. Tourism rapidly emerged as one of its most robust pillars. Visitors were awed by skyscrapers of the future, opulent malls, and attractions supersized. Historic spice souks remained, but a few steps away went up towers such as the Burj Khalifa. Such dramatic juxtaposition, heritage maintained side by side with innovation, bestowed Dubai with an out-of-this-world appeal. The world was amazed at the rapidity of its ascension. In just a few decades, Dubai became the very symbol of luxury, ambition, and progress, attracting investors and expatriates who were eager to join its extraordinary experiment. But beneath this shimmering growth, cracks began to show. Behind the facade of luxury, darker truths emerged, truths that reveal the fragility of Dubai's model. Supercars, debt, and the shadow economy. One of the most peculiar things to see in Dubai isn't its skyline, but the supercar graveyards. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Porsches, and Bentleys in neat rows rest abandoned in airport tarmacs, storage compounds, and desert dunes. Some are spotless, even with keys still in the ignition. Why would anyone leave behind such treasures? The answer lies in Dubai's debt laws. Unlike most countries, where bankruptcy is treated as civil, in the UAE it is a criminal offense. Defaulting on a loan or failing to repay debts can land someone in prison. There is no forgiveness, no restructuring. For expatriates, a failed business or financial setback can spiral into a life-threatening legal trap. Rather than face jail, many flee overnight, leaving behind luxury cars, homes, and even personal belongings. During boom years, banks handed out loans freely, fueling dreams of luxury and entrepreneurship. But when downturns hit, like the global crash of 2008, ambition quickly turned to ruin. Abandoned cars became the silent testimony of lives uprooted overnight. Over time, these supercar graveyards became infamous worldwide, bizarrely turning into tourist attractions. Yet behind every dusty Ferrari lies a human story, a dreamer seduced by Dubai's promise, only to be crushed by its merciless system. If abandoned cars expose Dubai's financial fragility, its mega-projects reveal an even greater flaw, its costly war with nature. Mega-projects versus Mother Nature. Among Dubai's most breathtaking creations is the Miracle Garden, 50 million flowers spread across 72,000 square meters, sculpted into arches, towers, and even a life-sized Airbus A380 made entirely of blossoms. Visitors call it paradise. But paradise here is an illusion. Dubai's climate regularly exceeds 50 degrees Celsius in summer. The Miracle Garden survives only with millions of liters of desalinated water every day. The garden closes during peak summer because sustaining it becomes impossible. Even during cooler months, every flower represents massive environmental cost, imported soil, imported plants, endless water and energy use. The same trend is repeated elsewhere. Ski Dubai, a snow resort indoors, has sub-zero temperature throughout the year in a desert where ambient temperatures scorch at 45 degrees Celsius. Endless man-made snowflakes fall, penguins live under man-made lighting, and the energy they utilize could light thousands of homes. These are marvels, but at an overwhelming ecological price. Dubai thrives on spectacle, gardens in deserts, snow in the tropics, islands reclaimed from the sea. But each wonder is built on fragile ecological foundations. As climate change worsens, rising seas and extreme heat will make sustaining them even harder. What dazzles today risks becoming tomorrow's ruins. But Dubai's fragility isn't only environmental. Its very society rests on unstable ground. A city constructed by foreigners. Dubai has an 85% expatriate population, just 15% Emiratis. Foreign workers from India, Pakistan, the Philippines, Africa, millions of them, construct its buildings, sweep its hotels, and operate its companies. But they are outsiders, their stay dependent on jobs, their fate always in question. Get fired, and deportation awaits, even after 3 decades in the country. Citizenship is never an option. This system guarantees Emiratis privileges such as free education, housing, and healthcare, while expatriates become permanent underclass, necessary, but excluded. Thousands abandoned projects overnight during the 2008 crash. The system functions in times of prosperity but fails in times of crisis. Culturally, Dubai is impermanent. Its festivals, cuisines, and neighborhoods evidence diversity, but not continuity. English prevails, global brands supplant tradition, and Emirati heritage fights a losing battle against world consumer culture. Dubai is less city with history and more international hotel, always transient. And just as its residents can disappear overnight, so can its ambitions. Dreams that fell apart. Dubai is renowned for grand projects, sea-level islands easily seen from space, theme parks bigger than Disney, observation wheels higher than any previous one. But many of them are half done or abandoned. The world islands remain half submerged and abandoned, their former luxury sites washed away by the sea. Dubai Land, promised the world's biggest theme park, exists as broken pieces, never coming together as hoped. Even finished masterpieces fail. Islands such as Ain Dubai, the tallest observation wheel in the world, now sit still and permanently closed. These aborted plans are testaments to hubris, evidence that ambition without check can't outstrip fiscal constraints, ecological realities, or international recession. Even Dubai's crown jewel, the Burj Khalifa, carries hidden cracks. Built during the 2000s boom, its funding collapsed in 2008. The project was only saved by Abu Dhabi's bailout, leading to its renaming from Burj Dubai to Burj Khalifa. Even its proudest triumph depended on external rescue. Dubai's promise of tax-free paradise has also shifted. In 2023, a 9% corporate tax was introduced, ending the era of complete tax freedom. For some, this signaled desperation. Dubai's growth could no longer rely on old revenue streams. Even its metro, while touted as the globe's longest automated system, betrays inequality. First-class cabins quarantine affluent passengers, yet laborers take overcrowded buses on the outskirts of metro routes. Development here remains uneven, constructed on strata of privilege. And beneath all these fissures lies the basis that supported Dubai: oil. Oil's decline and the fragile future. Dubai often boasts it moved beyond oil. Officially, oil makes up just 7% of GDP. But the truth is more complicated. Dubai's economy still depends on regional oil wealth. When oil prices drop, rich neighbors spend less, luxury real estate slows, and investment dries up. Dubai may not pump much oil, but its entire ecosystem is fueled by petroleum fortunes flowing in from abroad. As the world pivots to renewables, demand for oil will shrink. With it, the wealth sustaining Dubai's dreams may evaporate. Already, climate change threatens its artificial islands, while rising temperatures push the limits of human endurance. Desalination, Dubai's water lifeline, consumes massive energy and worsens emissions. The contradiction is clear: Dubai builds marvels by ignoring natural limits, yet those limits are closing in. And under its glistening order is another weakness: social control. Dubai is listed as one of the world's safest cities, but safety is achieved by severe enforcement, not social harmony. Expatriates are deported for minor transgressions. Silence and obedience preserve order, not belonging. This projects an illusion of peace over deep instability. Dubai is irrefutably a wonder. It remade desert sand into a world icon of ambition. But the same drivers that created it, unrelenting spectacle, reliance on outsiders, connections to oil riches, will one day potentially propel it downward. The question is, will Dubai change, embracing resilience and sustainability, or will its glittering skyline become the remains of unbridled ambition? Will its skyscrapers stand tall as emblems of success, or memorials to a dream that fell apart under its own weight? Only time will tell.